Like, comment, and subscribe for more content.
What's up, everybody? I'm DK Wrestler.
And I'm MD Shaddy.
And welcome to this edition of a Funko Popcast. And this is the second part of May 2019. So if you listened to our last podcast, we talked about basically the first half of May 2019 and the Funko Pop announcements, including the E3 reveals, the Toy Story 4 reveals, and the Stranger Things 3 reveals. But we got a little bit more for the month of May, including a Comic-Con that was in London, which we'll get to that in moments. But except, man, what a week it was this week. Crazy things happened this week. One, for some of you that may know or may not know, I'm a professional wrestler. But this week, I was on ESPN. Crazy. It was my birthday this week, so it was pretty good. Then, last night, the Raptors in the NBA Finals, and they won. The first game, at least. That's what I should have mentioned. But, yeah, let's get to our unanswered questions for the month. Or, not for the month, but for this podcast, at least. The first one, when is DragCon? And I remember saying that. And DragCon was the weekend of May 24th to the 26th. So last weekend, as we record this podcast. Then the next one we mentioned is, how many Funko Pops do we have in our collection?
Okay, that was the other one.
Which, we did our counts. I have 146 Funko Pops.
And I being MD Shady, I have 304 that are boxed and 6 without the boxes.
So that's practically like 310
Yeah.
altogether. So putting ours together, we basically have, that would be 457,
you said, right?
I think it's 456, because I have 146 and you have 310.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it'd be
them.
456 Funko Pops altogether, and it'll be probably more than that, maybe close to 460 when we head up Niagara Falls Comic Con next weekend, which we'll talk about after our top 10, which you guys will hear after we mention about these pops. So let's get started with the very first pop of this podcast, which was announced on May the 14th, and it's from Dragon Ball Z. We got ourselves a jaded version of Shenron, which there has been 2 Shenrons previously released, one being a normal one, and the other being like a gold Shenron, which is I think both of them were exclusive to Hot Topic. No, maybe the one was exclusive to Galactic Toys. I'm not too sure.
Which ones are you talking about, sorry?
There was a normal Shenron.
Yes.
And then there was, I think, the gold one, which was exclusive to Hot Topic.
And then
I'm pretty sure.
Think there was possibly a silver one. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there was 2 versions of the gold one.
We're like 3 minutes in, and we already have our first unanswered question for the next podcast.
Yeah, I guess so.
Is there a silver Shenron? I guess that's what it would be. I don't know. I kind of like the green color on this, and there's even a darker green on like the Dragon Balls with like the star logos and stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of, and now I hear a truck going by, but it's all good. It's not a bad pop. I don't know what you gotta say about it since you like Dragon Ball Z more.
Yeah. So there's a couple things here that kind of bias my opinion of this pop. The first thing is, by now, people who watch regularly know that I don't like color variants of Pops just because I find it's a money grab. And Shenron already has at least one other variant, maybe more. We will figure that out. But that being said, this Pop's really nice. I've grown to have a passion for, like, stones, and, like, jade is, like, a type of stone. And this Pop does look good. I see what you're saying about the darker star logos on each ball, which is cool. And it's like, what is the word? Opaque? Where it's like almost see-through? I could be completely wrong with that word.
Or the word I usually use for like a see-through / clear thing is like translucent.
Translucent too, yeah. But it's not completely translucent, but it almost has that effect. and it does look like the actual stone. I like the pop.
Moving on now. Also May 14th, and this was all released in like a Hot Topic video that was shared by Funko. We're going to talk about the Diamond Collection Rafiki holding Simba, which already there's a normal one. Did I not send it?
You sent like that one was first, but then the Rafiki was actually the last one.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, probably because of the downloads and stuff.
Yeah.
Going before the screenshot or whatever.
Got to download all that glitter.
But anyways, so the Diamond Collection Rafiki holding Simba. There's already two versions. There's a normal one that came out, I think, a few years ago, maybe, or even maybe during like the new wave last year.
They
did
think
for
it was,
the.
part of
But then they also
year.
did a flocked version of this that was exclusive to Entertainment Earth like a few months ago, or at the end of last year. If it was a few months ago, we probably would have talked about it. So it's probably at the end of last year, like in December or something. And you know what? It's not bad of a pop. I'm kind of iffy on the Diamond Collection of this pop.
Yeah.
Like the whole glittering thing. Like I looked at the flocked version. I do think that one's better. I don't know how you feel about.
I like the Diamond Collection. I have a few of them in my collection. That being said, there's better pops that could be made into Diamond Collection pops before they do this, but I get why they do it because the sales of Lion King are probably going up as the new movie's coming out.
Yeah.
So that's probably exactly why they did that, and I don't know, can't blame them. Funko's that cash grab company, like I say.
Yeah, I got nothing else to say. So moving on to the next Hot Topic exclusive pop, which is Sharon Needles, which is from a drag queens lineup.
Oh, that's what this is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I figured that one out. She's wearing like a Halloween hat. She's wearing just a black dress, and also it's got the pumpkin.
Yeah, it looks really good. I actually really like the mouth, how it looks, like how it's like, I don't know, it just looks kind of cool to me.
Oh yeah, it's just all like scrunched up and not just like a normal like, it's like just puckering her lips.
Because normally like they don't have a mouth, right? Like most pops don't have a mouth. Not all pops, I guess. Like a lot of pops do have mouths nowadays. But like if you just look at like a normal human, usually like they don't have a mouth at all.
Yeah, true.
So it's cool to see a mouth on them sometimes.
Yeah. Now, moving on. I think this is the last Hot Topic exclusive that is listed. Yeah. So I think one of the better ones that they announced for this month, which is the Cruella de Vil in her car.
Yep.
I kind of like the idea of bringing back those like villain eyes where it's like it's yellow but it's got like the squiggly red lines that are in it. I like the detail of her mouth and how she looks mad, and even the car looks good. So I don't know what you got to say about that.
For now, I'll just say it's a good pop. I do like the villainized eyes. What did they did that on like a Darth Maul or something?
Yeah,
they?
Darth Maul was one. I can't. They did it on. Actually, I was looking at your collection. They have it. I'm pretty sure on your Joker Batman Loot Crate exclusive.
Right. Yes.
Pretty sure that's on
like
that.
Yep. Yeah, the facial expression looks really good. The only thing that I don't like the hair just looks a little weird to me. On this pop, it looks a little short for some reason.
Yeah, true. It might be a little longer, but yeah. Moving on now to May 15th, but before that, actually, these are available now. These pops, they all, I think, within the same week were like released. So like, I think it may have been possibly that order or something. Like it was like a day at a time that like Shenron was released, and then the next day that Rafiki was released, or something like that. Actually, Cruella got released yesterday at Hot Topic, which was pretty cool. But yeah, moving on. Super pumped about this, obviously. I think any fan of Toy Story, or even Disney, for that matter, has been waiting for this. And that is the Funko Shop item of the day, which was the Funko Shop exclusive Flocked Bullseye. Which, I'm not really going to voice my opinion on this, because I basically kind of voiced my opinion on it anyways back in January. But I'll let you take over for this, because you weren't on January's podcast, so.
The original Bullseye pop is a perfect pop to represent Bullseye. It needed to be flocked. That's about all I can say about that. It's exactly what it needs to be, and it's nice. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about it.
Also, on May 15th, and I feel like perhaps you're a fan of this pop, which is the Flocked Jollibee, which this pop will be exclusive to ToyCon Philippines 2019. I don't really know much about Jollibee, so I can't really be like have this like huge reaction over it. I guess I'll just let you take over this once again.
So I'm probably gonna completely botch this. We'll have it as a next episode question, unanswered question. But I'm pretty sure Jollibee is like the Philippines version of Burger King. I'm pretty sure it's even possibly the same owners of both companies.
Okay.
So yeah, I love the Jollibee Pops. Spoiler alert, it just got cut from my top 10. It would place 11, basically, is what I'm saying. I actually scratched it out on my sheet because I realized I had 11 Pops. It's cool. I don't know a lot about this company, obviously, because we live in Canada, not the Philippines. But I do know that this pop is already $405 Canadian on the Funko app.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Like the normal one or this one?
This one.
It's weird because, like,
even the normal one is a couple $100.
I was going to say, because, like, ToyCon Philippines hasn't even happened yet.
Yeah,
so... Yeah, maybe it'll go down, kind of like the Rush Pops will go down right now.
Let's not get into that yet. So, I think I love flocked Pops, so I think if you're going to get one, maybe get this one. It depends on what you're looking to spend, but I like this Pop.
Alright, and that will be released during ToyCon Philippines 2019, which is, I'm pretty sure, as I have listed here, June 28th to June 30th, 2019. So, if you want to get that flocked Jollibee, you get it there.
Make a couple $100, maybe.
If you have enough money to go fly out to the Philippines, then you can go get it.
So maybe you'll break even.
Alright, May 16th. I guess I would say maybe this might be my most kind of hyped series of like this set of announcements that I got listed here, which is Harry Potter. We got ourselves a new set of Harry. This is the first time we were mentioning about Harry Potter on the podcast, assuming I knew we were going to eventually talk about Harry Potter. The list of Harry Potter pops that we got here, I'll just kind of go through the list. Obviously, the photo will obviously be up by now.
Jay, this is the first time we've talked about Harry Potter on the podcast?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
No. Remember that 3-pack for, like, the St. Patrick's Day?
Wow. Did not think of that. I forgot about that.
Maybe because Weasleys, that's what it is, right?
Yeah, maybe because I didn't list them in my top 10 for some reason. So, like, realistically, I probably would have forgotten the majority of that month, which I think was February February or January. I don't remember.
I think it was...
Oh, you know what it was? It was ECCC. It was Emerald City Comic Con. So it was February.
Okay, yeah. Because
I knew
it was,
and you were on that
it was
podcast
right before St. Patrick's Day. Because there was a lot of green pops.
Okay, yeah, that's right. It was... Okay, so scratch that out. But anyway, so the list that we got here, we got ourselves Harry Potter in the Uke ball dress robe, which I think I got the order right on my page. Then we got Victor Crumb. We got Fleur Delacour. We got Cedric Diggory, in the Uke ball dress robe. We got Fox, which is the Phoenix.
Yeah.
We got, I'm going to botch this one for sure for the name, Professor Sybil Trelawney. And then the last one is the Pop in a Box exclusive, which I know for the fact this is the first time we're mentioning Pop in a Box as an exclusive in the podcast. Pop in a Box exclusive, Lord Voldemort with Nagini. Definitely my favorite out of this set has to be the Fox.
Yeah, it's so nice.
It's so much detail. I like the way the colors go for the pop, especially the way they make it like a light orange to a dark orange in the flames, and even in like if you look at the head, how the colors go on that, and it's an absolute beautiful pop. I don't know what else to say about it, but it's super, super detailed. And I think number 2, if I had to do like a top, what is it, like there's 7 of them, I think. Like the top 2 is definitely that and the Lord Voldemort with Nagini. That's probably the top 2 of my favorites of this set.
Yeah, I was actually thinking that before you started talking about the pop. Another spoiler not really, I guess kind of spoiler because it spoils my top 10. This pop also did not make my top 10, but this would be the 12th spot. I debated putting it on my list very hard just because, like Dylan said, it's quite the pop. There's a lot going on there, but I just thought there was a couple more pops that were kind of more groundbreaking and a little bit better than this pop, so that's why it didn't make my top 10, even though it is a gorgeous pop.
Yeah, and I love the detail on Sybil Trelawney also. I remember seeing her in the movies, and it's like, oh, that's basically the perfect representation of how Funko would be able to make her. Like, I don't think it could get worse, or like that's probably as perfect as it gets for that pop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So those are set to be released in September of 2019. So if you want to get that, you can pre-order on different outlets, including Pop in a Box, where you can get the Lord Voldemort with Nagini. But the next pop, announced on May 17th by Disney, is a Madame Leota glow-in-the-dark pop. And this pop will be exclusive to Disney parks.
Okay.
And because they're doing a 50th anniversary of the Haunted Mansion. I don't even remember if it was a movie or it was a TV show. I forgot to search that up.
Haunted Mansion is a movie.
It's a movie? Okay. So yeah. No more unanswered question on that one. But yeah, so the 50th anniversary of the Haunted Mansion, exclusive to Disney parks. I can't really say much about it because I don't remember seeing Haunted Mansion all that much, so I don't really have much to say. I guess it looks like to me like the characters in like some sort of like crystal ball globe type dealio with their face on it, and that's basically about it. And they have like a table, I guess, that's added to the pop. I don't know whether this is just a normal like 3.75 inch pop or if this is like a 6-inch pop or whatever.
Yeah.
But I know, where was I going to go with this? Never mind. What do you have to say about this?
So, I kind of overlooked this one a bit while I was making my list, but I still did look at it, and the reason why I didn't rank it higher or put it on my list at all, whichever that may be, is just because it's a, what do they call it? It's just a...
It's a concept art?
It's the concept art. So, the actual execution of this pop, I haven't really seen yet. This pop could be very good, though. It's a groundbreaking pop, in my opinion. I've never seen a pop like this. I really want to know what exactly they do with the head, if it's like a head in a... It's obviously going to be clear. What's the word I'm looking for? A hollow. In like a hollow globe, or if it's going to be like thick, like an actual crystal ball, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, those glass things that have like the items inside the glass?
Yeah.
Like if it's going to look like that, or if it's just going to look like an astronaut. So it could go either way. The table looks really nice, though. This is a dope pop.
Alright, and that is set to be released. Yeah, I think the Haunted Mansion 50th anniversary event is in the first weekend of August, I believe. So I think it's like the 7th. I think they said the 7th to 9th. It's like during that weekend. They're having a couple events for that. So May 18th, this next pop. Which, I don't know why they didn't just announce this when they announced, which I'm going to say it now. This is the Steve with Sunday pop, which for Stranger Things 3, this is an exclusive to Baskin Robbins. I like this pop. I like it better than the normal Steve with like the ice cream cone and that, just because like I like the idea of him holding a sundae, and even what looks to be there's like I don't know if it's like just an actual like normal sundae or if it's like a banana split or something, because I can't tell whether that's a banana sticking up or like 3 cones or something. I can't really tell.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see from this this picture.
There hasn't been really like an official like cool like Funko made photo of this yet.
Yeah.
It's only been, this is basically like a fan taken picture, and I like the idea that they take a character who's kind of like associated with like ice cream in a way, and it's exclusive to an ice cream franchise.
Yeah.
I don't know what you got to add to this.
I can't wait to watch this show. I wonder if in the show he works at a Baskin Robbins, or if it's not.
Well, actually, I think it is because it's hard to see in like probably that photo, but there's like more clear photos that I clearly couldn't find. And on the Sunday, it does show the Baskin Robbins logo.
Oh yeah, I can kind of see that.
The logo on the Sunday, it is the Baskin Robbins logo.
Yeah. So with that being said, Steve's my favorite character from Stranger Things. I have all of the Steve Pops that there are out right now. I even have the normal Steve for this Stranger Things 3 set. I am dying to get this pop. Niagara Falls is the closest Baskin Robbins to us. I'm gonna guess that they're not gonna get it there, but I really hope, because I want this thing and I don't want to pay the $80 that it probably will be.
And I was gonna kind of correct you there on saying you have all the Steve Pops but at the same time it's hard to find the Funko Fun Days ice cream Steve Pop, and including that one. With
that one, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Which you're gonna be paying
Which
an arm and a leg for.
Is it even that much different than the one that just came out?
Yeah, exactly. There's the only difference. It's holding nothing in its hand, so it's like, what's the point of even getting it? It doesn't even have an ice cream cone or a sundae. It's just him with his arms to his side.
Yeah, he's going like this or something.
Yeah. I think I don't even know if they're gonna make, because there's that Robin character that was also the Fun Days that came with it. So I don't know if they're gonna make a new one, or who knows. Maybe it'll be SDCC. Yeah, so I think that's available now, because I've seen a lot of people post like photos of like them with the pop, or like even like the billboard of like Baskin Robbins, and it's got like get your pop now, and people post their receipts on how much it costs and stuff. So yeah. I'm just gonna confirm it is like an official thing. So that's even why I was very skeptical on whether I was gonna actually add this to this podcast or wait until Funko actually confirmed it.
Yeah.
But I just added it now because why not? The Stranger Things Pops were already announced this month also, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next one, we had to wait a few days for another Funko announcement, which was May 22nd. It is a Care Bears Funko Pop, but it's a Pop and Tea combo that's exclusive to Box Lunch, and it's the Cheer Bear. And what's different about this Cheer Bear from the original one that was originally released with the set is that it's flocked. That's all the difference is. Even I forget who posted. It might have been like a Disc Pops or something. Showed on, even it's listed on the Funko app as flocked. So that's basically the only difference. And basically, it comes with the T-shirt, and yeah, I was gonna say it comes with the cereal, but that's separate because of the photo we're looking at right now.
Yeah.
But I don't really know if you have anything much to say.
I guess there's not really much to say about the pop itself besides that it's flocked, which all the Care Bears should obviously be flocked. I kind of really like that T-shirt. That's a nice pop tee. The box that it comes in also looks pretty cool. If this isn't too expensive, I might grab one.
Okay. I have nothing really else to say except that this pop and tea combo is available now because it was released on May 27th at the Funko at Box Lunch stores. Also on May 22nd, and a lot of people were kind of hyping over this because it's been rumored for at least a month now, and that is part of the Marvel 80th Anniversary Pops. These are first in line Pops, like as in this is the first ever time these characters have been made in pop form, which Funko described, which the first one is Human Torch, which you may remember him from the Fantastic Four movie, and then we got Namor, which I don't remember exactly where Namor comes from. I forgot to research that a little bit more.
I'm pretty sure he's his own comic.
Okay.
He's kind of like an Aquaman character.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. He's someone actually even pointed out, "Oh man, why is Aquaman in the Marvel thing?" It's like, it's not Aquaman, it's Namor. I do like the Human Torch one a lot. And a lot of people were complaining, it's like, why doesn't it have a face? And that's because I even did a little more digging. That's what Human Torch looked like in the 1930s comics.
Yeah.
It had no face. I mean, it's all on fire. You can't really expect to see a face.
Yeah.
In the 30s.
So there was no Human Torch pop before this?
No.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Because they did like the Thing and they did They probably did Mr. Fantastic and...
I don't even remember. I knew the Thing for sure, but I don't remember even a Mr. Fantastic or...
Huh.
But the one thing I do like about the Human Torch, if you can like zoom in, and is how like the flame on top is kind of like a translucent type deal. It's not like a solid like color. It's like a see-through type, and even the flames on the hands and the bottom of the feet also is kind of like that kind of detail, which is pretty cool. The Namor, I don't really know what to say because I don't really know much about Namor. I guess the little staff he's got is pretty cool, and the eyebrows are unique. It's not a lot of eyebrows look like that on Funko Pops.
Yeah.
And slick back hair. I don't know what you got to add to it.
My introduction to this character, one of my birthdays when I was super young, I got a comic book and figure like 2-pack from someone.
Okay.
And that's how I came about this. And I liked the action figure. The staff that it came with did look a hell of a lot like that one. So that's good detail on there for this pop. I like how it even has the little wings on his ankles.
Did not even notice that until now.
Because I remember that on my figure that I had. I just don't remember him being that, like, naked. But he probably was. The eyebrows do look really cool. The ears are nice because they're pointy. The hair is pretty good. But the Human Torch just... Those lines that they put on this pop, it makes it, like, jump out at you almost. Like, it's hard to explain. It's not that it makes it look real, it pops with those lines. In my opinion, it's another one of those groundbreaking pops. There's no face on this pop, which I don't know if that's ever been done before. Besides, like, maybe, like, Mysterio and stuff like that, like, where he's just, like, the cloud in the thing.
Mm.
But this is cool.
Yeah, and I will say about this, Human Torch would probably be number 11 on my top 10.
Yeah.
It probably would have just made it there, or it was number 12. I can't remember. It was definitely close to being in my top 10. But spoiler alert, he doesn't end up being in the top 10. But yeah, these are set to be released in September of 2019, so you gotta wait a little bit to get these pops. Also on May 22nd, I'm pretty sure that was the date, or May 23rd, which I mainly sent these to MD Shady because some of these pops he hasn't talked about yet, but this is what I mentioned about the London MCM Comic-Con, which a lot of people were complaining, oh man, we've already have these pops. It's like,
that's what I was
but
thinking.
Europe doesn't get the pops that people in Canada, US, and Mexico get, and they just got these last weekend at MCM Comic-Con, which obviously, as discussed in March, we have right here the 10-inch Thanos from Avengers Endgame. We have the gold chrome Darth Vader, which was announced in March also for Star Wars Celebration. But we have the pink Pusheen Mermaid, which I discussed back in January, but I guess you can take the floor with this now because you weren't on January's podcast.
Yeah, the Pusheen Pops are alright. That's about it. This one, I couldn't see many people buying this pop, honestly, but now that it's kind of like more of an exclusive, maybe girls would like this pop.
Yeah, and normally that was, I'm pretty sure, a Books A Million exclusive. I think that's when I searched it up. That's what it normally would be in Canada, in the US. Well, actually, more like the US, because I don't think we have a Books A Million. The next set of pops, which I think you were on all the podcasts when we discussed about these.
Yeah.
So, actually, no, not Red Wing Robin, which Red Wing Robin in Canada and the US is exclusive to Hot Topic. The 10-inch Agretsuko would be Target originally, and we have the, which I'm pretty sure it doesn't list it, but I'm pretty sure it's meant to be Flock Simba, which is Box Lunch, which we discussed in April's podcast. So what do you got to say about Red Wing Robin?
I'm pretty sure this was actually at Hot Topic yesterday. I think they had one there. But yeah, this is a nice looking pop. There's a lot of detail with all of his armor there. He's even got like the extendo rod staff thing. And I like his mask. I guess that's what you'd call it, his mask. It looks nice.
And then we got the last section. We got ourselves what I'm more than certain that Hedwig is the flocked Hedwig that we see like everywhere. It's not even really, I think, an exclusive. Or it may have been an exclusive to EB Games, but it doesn't have the sticker.
I think it was possibly EB Games.
EB Games GameStop. We got ourselves the Unmasked Mysterio, which was originally Hot Topic, which released like last month or something.
And this is glow in the dark, right?
No, it's just
Really?
unmasked.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just normal. And then the Captain America Pop and Tee, which the pop is glow in the dark, which that we talked about in March because that was the Endgame set that came out on the very last day. So I don't know if you got anything to say besides that flocked headwood, because that's definitely something. I think that was even released in 2018. That one for us.
2018, yeah.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, I guess there's not much to say. We've talked about all these pops, so.
This next set is also more of re-announced I should say on May 23rd, because these pops, this is more of what you're going to talk about. Announced during New York Toy Fair in February, but re-announced, I guess, on May 23rd is the 2-pack of the Green Giant and Sprout, which will be exclusive to Target. And I'm pretty sure by the look of these, which is why they're probably re-announcing it, is that these are going to be metallic. Mm-hmm. Judging by the look. What do you got to say as a fan of the Ad Icons lineup?
As a fan of the Ad Icons, cool. As not a fan of doing repaints of pops, not cool. I don't know why they would make these metallic anyways. Just they kind of do look nice. I won't lie. But what is the point of having this pop metallic is the thing. Are they trying to make it look like a can of the beans? Like I don't understand. But they do look cool, and this was another one that was actually almost close to making my top 10. So.
Okay. Unknown release date on those, obviously, still. Obviously, May 24th to the 26th was those MCM London Comic-Con pops. That's when you could have got them. Or if you're in North America, they've been out for a while now. So, the next one. Now, this is what I was going to mention. May 24th, Game of Thrones pops, which I'm kind of thinking like, and I'm going to be a little bit more mad later, and you'll see why. Why they didn't announce these Game of Thrones pops when they had Game of Thrones pops announced like 2 weeks prior. With the Night King with dagger and the Arya with the double-bladed dagger, which you would refer to as Darth Maul, combining those two together, because there's the double-bladed dagger. But so we got ourselves the first time in the Game of Thrones lineup, we got Theon Greyjoy, which a lot of people were hyped. They feel like this was a pop that like this was a character that deserved to have a pop because he's done quite a bit. Obviously, I wouldn't know because I've only seen Game of Thrones season 1, and Matt probably wouldn't know because he hasn't seen Game of Thrones at all.
I've seen a couple episodes here and there when my mom's watching it.
So we got that, and we got a 6-inch version of the character the Mountain. First off, I guess I like the flame on the arrow of the crossbow, I guess I would call it. Yeah, it kind of looks like it's either he's got bruises on his face or it's just dirt. Kind of that detail, and I kind of like the detail of the mountains, like right under his eyes, kind of like it's a different color besides his skin. It's kind of like a super baggy eyes, and it's like I'm not gonna say he got a black eye, but it's just. And then even the detail on his outfit is pretty cool. Yeah. Especially the logo on his chest. I don't know what you got to say about it.
Yeah, and then like the cracked skin looks good on the mountain. Yeah, they both look really good. There's a lot of detail going on in both of them, but I don't know. I feel like the Game of Thrones pops never really let us down with the detail. They always have quite a lot of that.
All right, and that will be released as early as October 2019, these pops. All right, so the next set of pops, or I should say the next pop, is a pop that I had discussed in January. In January's podcast, and I won't really go into too much detail, except that they announced this because this is a metallic version of Britney Spears, the Slave For You figure, and this is exclusive to Barnes & Nobles. So, obviously, you weren't on January's podcast, so I'm going to let you voice your opinion on this pop.
This is a cool pop. I almost bought the, the common one at EB Games. A month back, I feel like it was. It's a nice looking pop, but then they go and they throw metallic on there. Why? Is that a live snake that she's holding? Did she bring out a live snake in her shows?
It was, I think, one
Jake
of
the
her
Snake
performances.
Roberts? Roberts? Why make the snake metallic? Snakes aren't really metallic. I mean, I guess if you're trying to go for their, like, slimy, scaly look, but it's not metallic. There's no need for this pop. They should have just made her microphone and maybe some of the little bits on her clothes metallic for the common pop and never done this pop.
Yeah. Because even, like, the outfit on Britney Spears, too, is, like, you could tell it's metallic. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
like, why? But...
Which, that could be accurate, because, like, there are, like, clothes that are, like, shiny.
Oh, yeah, true. I didn't think of that. But at the same time, I haven't really seen the performance, so I won't really say so much, because I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's available now. People have ordered it and stuff, so I'm just going to safe bet is that it's available now. These next pops, I should put spoiler. Another spoiler, even though it's already been a month since Avengers Endgame has come out.
And I still haven't seen it.
And of course you still haven't seen it, but yet I gotta spoil it for you yet again on these pops. So, spoiler, avoid the end game. I'll put a link below of when the time that you can actually skip and then ahead of this. We got ourselves, and I didn't think I was going to announce these because I thought I already announced these in June, and these come from the May edition of the Marvel's Collector Corps box. And the only reason that these are officially confirmed is because it's on the Funko app. So that's how I was able to actually officially confirm before I got some sort of video from YouTube of an unboxing or like them actually doing like an official post. But we got ourselves 2 Avengers Endgame pops, and I guess it's 2 characters that like people were like hyping over. Well, I mean the one like they've made various ones, but like this specific one, it like hype. So the first one, which is what I'm talking about, is the super hype, is Captain America with the shield, and I, once again, don't remember the name of Thor's hammer, so I'm just going to say Thor's hammer. It's a very, all I'm going to say is that it's a very good part of the movie.
I've already had this part spoiled for me because of the damn internet.
Okay. But anyways, so then you might have already seen the videos of people, like, watching that scene, and they're just, like, popping huge.
No, I haven't watched any of that just because I want to leave it. I want to see that scene for myself for the first time before I watch other people watch it.
Okay, I thought maybe that's how you got spoiled.
No, it was just like a meme or something that kind of talked about it.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so it's Captain America with his shield and Thor's hammer. And we also got ourselves Valkyrie for the first time in an Avengers lineup. Yeah. And a lot of people are mad that there's supposed to be something else added, but I guess I don't want to spoil that either for you. Okay, so there's something that people wanted the Valkyrie pop to be included with, and they didn't get it. But both these were included in the May edition of the Marvel's Collector Corps, which is, the theme was obviously Endgame. So that's obviously, the orders are now closed on Amazon. That's where you can get these Marvel Collector Corps. It's now closed, but I think they're doing a small restock very soon. And even in the next couple months, they'll do another restock where then they'll have to up the price and stuff on it, like they do with the Smuggler's Bounty and the previous other boxes. I guess I'll voice my opinions because I don't think you really want to look at them because of spoilers.
Yeah, pretty much.
So obviously, the Captain America is just. I'm happy that they made a pop of like that particular moment of the movie, and Valkyrie, I guess it's okay.
Yeah. Same exact opinion.
Yeah. So now, May 31st, so today as we film this, this is what I'm talking about how I was going to be mad after about Game of Thrones, because it's another set of Game of Thrones pops that are being announced separate.
Yeah.
Why? Why couldn't you just announce all these pops in one post? Even if it was just today, you could have saved the time from March 21st. Or March 24th, May 24th, and the May, 10th or something, or whenever you announce those. Why couldn't you put these together, and especially with the pops that they have announced in this? So, first of all, we got, before I might have some sort of blood pressure go up or something, we got Daenerys with the dragon pop rides, and I think a lot of people are not hyped about this, because I'm pretty sure Funko has actually made the exact same pop 3 years prior, except without the fire. The exact same color of the dragon and everything.
Yep. Because, and the reason why I know this is because, shout out to Top Pops, he was at Target, I believe, in one of his more recent videos, and he was like, oh, you don't see this pop too often, blah, blah, and that's the exact pop that it was, without the fire.
I mean, I guess the fire looks cool, but it's just a remake with one little thing added to it.
Yeah,
It's just...
that's almost worse than painting it metallic.
Or having a chrome.
Yeah, chrome metallic, it's all the same to me.
Alright, so then after that, as a part of this Game of Thrones lineup, we got ourselves Bran the Broken, which I think there wasn't even maybe one pop made of Bran. But then
there has been.
Yeah, I think one or two. And then we got ourselves a masked version of the 6-inch The Mountain figure. That's what this is.
Yeah.
And it's exclusive to Walmart. And then the last one, and this is one of the biggest reasons why they should have just announced all these, is the Night King with the dagger in his chest, and it's the same pop, except glow in the dark.
Yep.
I mean, I like the idea of how cool it'll look when it glows in the dark.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
I guess, like, that would be cool, like, the glow in the dark thing, but... Like I said, like, I wish they would just announce all these in one post. Like, because they could have had the two Night Kings side by side. They could have had the two mountains side by side. And then they just had the miscellaneous characters just on one picture.
Yeah. Yeah.
They could have just saved everything. I don't really have much to say. I don't know what you got to say before.
There's not much to say besides it's probably the better of the two.
But anyways, moving on from this Game of Thrones set. We got ourselves the last, I guess, hopefully it's the last announcements of May 31st. Because we were going to start this podcast, and all of a sudden I see this post, and I had to post it on the Funko Popcast Instagram. But anyways, yeah, follow us on Instagram at a Funko Popcast. Should have added that, but... Anyways, we got ourselves some MLB Pops, and these are going to be involved in a Seattle Mariners giveaway. So all these Pops are part of the Seattle Mariners team. The first picture that you'll see by now, we got 3 versions of Edgar Martinez, and one of them is a fully bronze figure, which I don't know if it's going to be like 200 pieces, like that one pop that I forget who it was. It was a baseball player with like a...
Right, yeah.
Yeah. And then there's, I don't know if the one in the middle is like current Edgar Martinez or like possibly younger Edgar Martinez, or if even the mustache one that you see on the right is younger self and then he's got no mustache. I don't know, because I think for some reason the team logo currently is the one in the middle, but I don't know, they could have maybe updated. I don't really watch baseball much, so I can't really tell.
Yeah, that's a tough call. I don't know, because it could go either way. When you're young, you could have a mustache and then get rid of it, or vice versa, right? So I don't know. I'm not a huge
unanswered
baseball
questions,
fan,
ladies and gentlemen. That's probably 3 already that we got to discuss on the next podcast. Is the one a younger one? We got Ichiro. I guess that's what they're calling it. I don't even know. There's not even a first name to it, or if that's just the first name and they're not adding a last name. They're like WWEing it. They like take the last name out. Ichiro, which I don't really have much. I think what's cool about it is that it's got like a platform on the bottom where it's like not a mat, but like a
diamond. Oh no, not diamond. Base.
Yeah, base.
It's home base. Yeah.
Yeah. So I like the idea that they added that to it. Not because I don't think any of the baseball pops have that. I don't know what you got to say about, I guess, all 4 of these pops.
I think all 4 of them look pretty good, actually. And surprisingly, I do like that bronze one. It looks nice. I feel like with sports teams, like, mostly with this pop in general, it looks like a cool statue, just pop formed. Like, if this guy had a huge impact in, what did you say, it's Seattle?
Yeah, Seattle Mariners.
Yeah, so if this guy had a huge impact in Seattle, they're possibly going to make a statue of him and put it by wherever, in a park, at City Hall, wherever. And that's what that looks like in pop form, and I think it's really cool. So yeah, they all look really good.
Okay. So now, what seems to be probably my more exciting moment of this podcast, this specific part, is always talking about those top 10s. We're going to talk about our top 10 Funko Pops of the month of May, which obviously what we just talked about are included, plus the ones we talked about in the May Part 1, because that's all part of May 2019. I guess we're going to have to start off like usual with MD Shady. So who do you got for number 10?
Number 10.
Let's see how this. I'm always pumped to hear if I have the same top 10 list or if it's very different.
So my number 10 is the Amazon exclusive Buzz Lightyear.
Okay.
Just because that's a really good pop. It represents that part of the movie so perfectly and so, what's the word? Simplistic? Simplicit? I think that's the word I'm looking for.
I don't know.
So yeah, it's just a good pop. It's the not flying, falling with style pop of Buzz. And you have this one, do you not?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that's cool. I'd like to get one. So yeah, that's my top. Not my top 10. That's my number 10.
Number 10. My number 10 on my top 10 list is the Steve with Sunday pop, exclusive to Baskin Robbins. I think the one reason that this actually made the list, unlike what originally was, I think originally my number 10 was Woody.
Just like the normal version.
The normal Woody with the lasso, and I think Woody went off the list because of the fact that when you look at the lasso in the box, you can't see the lasso.
Okay.
But the one reason that Steve made it on this list is the fact that you got a character associated with ice cream, and the exclusive place that it's at is an ice cream store. So it's that, and other than that, I do like that one kind of better than the normal one. So that's basically the reason why Steve is number 10 on my list.
Cool.
So now, MD Shady's number 9.
My number 9 is the 80-year anniversary Human Torch. Because, again, like I said, it's... This month, I feel there was a lot of groundbreaking pops where they kind of like... They changed the game up a little bit. And this one definitely represents changing things around. There's no face on this pop. It looks awesome. Like I said, it pops. It looks vibrant. It looks straight out of the comic. But it still has, like, this feel. I don't know how to describe this feel. And this feel made this pop my number 9 spot.
Alright. My number 9 on my list is the EB Games / GameStop exclusive of Scourge from, I almost said Game of Thrones, Gears of War.
Yeah.
The detail on that is so good.
This one here, right?
Yes. So good. And, like, even the tongue, the eyes, just the whole detail of the outfit is super good. And that's why it went up over Steve, is because of the amount of detail. Even the hype. It was probably just as much hype as just probably that Stranger Things pop alone. So,
yeah,
with the detail added, that's why Scourge went higher up in the list than Steve did.
Cool.
MD Shady's number 8.
My number 8 is Duke Kaboom from Toy Story 4.
Not bad.
I love the idea of this character, so it looks awesome. I love this character. The hair on this pop looks so cool. How there's not a lot of detail to it, so it makes it look like an action figure.
Yeah.
And that is probably one of the bigger reasons why it made the list, just because of, like, not how good it looks, but how accurate it is to the movie, even though we obviously haven't seen the movie yet.
Going to my number 8 is the Men in Black International Alien Twins pop.
Alien Twins.
And it made it to number 8 because of the idea of having a double-sided pop, like a full double-sided pop instead of like the heads double-sided or something. The idea of that is pretty cool, which is why I went higher than Scourge. I guess like a little bit of that surprise element. Usually I like having the surprise element go higher up in the list as according to, like, I guess a personal reaction or like detail or overall hype. But Alien Twins, number 8 on my list. Number 7.
Number 7 for me is the Cruella de Vil in her car. I didn't talk much about this pop because I wanted to save it for now. The only thing I said is the hair. If her hair, I don't know what it is, because she doesn't have like super long hair. Like, it is kind of just bushy. But there's just something about the hair that really throws this pop off for me. So if her hair looked nicer, I think it would have made, like, possibly even the top 3 for my list for this month. The car looks really good. She looks really good. The eyes, the mouth, the whole face itself looks amazing. And that's why it made it to number 7.
My number 7, technically, I would say it's hard to describe which one you really are talking about, because technically they're exclusive to 2 different places. But I'm going to say EB Games /GameStop /Target. The Dustin with vest, wearing the roast beef shirt, is on my list. First of all, personal reaction is definitely why it went up, mostly because I do want this out of any of the new Stranger Things pops. I love the show. Dustin's my favorite character, and even the pop and tea, it's going to be awesome. The way the pop looks is awesome, and it's like, I can't wait until I get my hands on this pop. Yeah. I've always said that I'm never going to get another Stranger Things pop after getting the original Dustin and Nancy ones, because those are my 2 favorites for some reason. But this Dustin one I really want. So that's why it's at number 7. Number 6.
My number 6 is the flocked Bullseye. Because it's going to be so nice. I can't wait to get one. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Alright. I didn't put flocked Bullseye on my list because I just thought, you know what? I talked about this in January, and technically I would have counted it in my January list. Yeah. So there was not really a point. Number 6, right? That's where we were on.
Yeah.
Okay. You'll like this one. It is the E3 2019. Obviously will be shared to GameStop and EB Games. The 2-pack of Hanzo and Genji Overwatch. The detail is awesome on these pops. And I don't even play Overwatch. And the details are just absolutely just great.
Yeah, they're super nice pops.
The hype over, like, the fan base hype is absolutely... It's actually, I'm pretty sure, was the most hyped pop, or pops, I should say, for E3. It was that, and I think the Sora with the Sora Lion King. That was the 2 most hyped pops for E3. But Hanzo and Genji, though, like, the detail, even when you mention about, like, the swoosh on Genji's, I guess...
Right.
And all that.
On his katana.
Yeah, and even the face. Like, it's just so much detail on these pops. That's why it's basically, like, halfway in the list. And overall hype, and even my own personal reaction. So when you add all those 3 elements that I always look for in my top 10 together, it's going to make pretty high on the list. So that's why Hanzo and Genji. That's number fair. 6.
My number 5 is Ditto. And I'm not talking about the Pokemon. I'm talking about Genji and Hanzo, the 2-pack from the 3. Yeah, there's nothing I can say. Dylan just said everything that needs to be said about these. The face on the Hanzo looks wicked. That being said, the face on the Genji also looks amazing. These pops are so sick. These are 2 really cool skins, and they deserve their own pop forms. Because the Overwatch set is actually a very big set now. There is a lot of Overwatch
Yeah, there
pops.
is a lot.
And that's because there's a lot of characters in Overwatch, and they all have a lot of skins. So there's a lot of pops to be made. And this is definitely perfect for these ones to be in a 2-pack together, because they are matching skins, and they are brothers. I don't know if you knew that or not.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, these look awesome. Let's move on to Dylan's number 5.
Number 5 time. Well, it's not really 5 time, but my number 5 is Jessie from the Toy Story 4 set.
Okay.
I think, you know what, like, it was so much better than the original Jessie from, like, the Disney lineup, and a lot of fans were hyping. Even I was hyping. My personal reaction was up. I own this pop, so obviously it should be somewhere on my list. And it's just, the detail is absolutely awesome. They even had, like, the rosy cheeks on her, and, like, even, like, I have nothing really else to say. It's just so much more detail than the original. Like, it looks 10 times better than the original one. So that's why Jessie is on number 5. we'll move on now, because we're obviously now in the top 5, but number 4 for MD Shady.
So, now that I think about it, I may have ranked this pop a little high on my list. It probably could have got knocked back a few spots. But that being said, this is groundbreaking. Groundbreaking. And this is what I've been talking about for this month. There's so many groundbreaking pops. And that is the Men in Black Alien Twins pop.
Twins.
I've never seen anything like this with a pop. There's not a whole lot going on with the pop. And then you flip it over, and then there's just as much on the other side. This is so cool. I can't wait to see one in real life.
Like, as in, like the pop?
Yeah.
In real life? Because they have it at our EB Games.
I know they do, I just haven't really looked at it. But I basically can't wait to take one out of the box, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's so cool. There's not a whole lot of, detail on the clothes. There's a lot of, line work and stuff, but obviously just this character is kind of a dull character in itself. But the fact of how they made this pop just puts it on my list in a really good spot, too, at, what did I say, number 4. Which I said it probably could have fluctuated between 4 and 7, but it got that number 4 spot just because this month for me is groundbreaking.
So now my number 4 is Fox from the Harry Potter lineup. Absolutely so detailed. I've never seen such a... Well, I've seen a lot of detailed pops, so this is a really detailed Harry Potter pop. And a lot of people were... When this set was announced, that's basically all the fan base could be talking about is Fox, Fox, Fox. Look at that Fox, look at that Fox. And maybe a couple Cedrics and some Harry Potters, maybe. Maybe, one Harry Potters. Ooh, Harry Potter. But this is, the star of the set. And, who knows? I might be thinking about getting this pop. Who knows? But that's how good it is. And my personal reaction was up. The overall hype was up for the fan base. And the detail is absolutely awesome. So it deserves to be number 4 on my list. We're now in the top 3.
My number 3 is the Baskin-Robbins exclusive Steve. Do you guys want to know the reason why? Groundbreaking! This is so cool. I love seeing new exclusives to places because it just shows that the company is growing, basically. That being said, my favorite character from Stranger Things, it's a cool looking pop. It's the better one out of the 3 of this outfit, I would say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, Baskin-Robbins. What? That is crazy in my mind that they have a Baskin-Robbins ice cream exclusive pop figure. Number 3.
All right. My number 3. So already I think 3 times we've had pops cross paths. So we had Steve with Sunday, right? We had Hanzo and Genji and Alien Twins.
Yeah.
We are now going to have a 4th crossover because my number 3 on my list is a floating Buzz Lightyear.
Okay.
From the Amazon exclusive. I think... I love Buzz Lightyear so much, as some people know. He's my favorite in the Toy Story series. I think always will be, even though, if they made a new Toy Story, that somehow they drove, Buzz Lightyear and Woody in a ditch and they died or something, then I think my new favorite character would be Duke Kaboom.
Yeah.
After that. But anyways, it's just overall in the pop, there's so much... You could see the amount of detail in that pop just with his arms on his side. You could see the laser button. You could see the buttons on his chest. The wings are spanned out. It's so good. It's an iconic movie moment of it's not flying, it's falling with style. It's just, they executed it very well. Funko did. And it's just... Obviously, I own this pop because I basically have all the Toy Story pops under the Toy Story banner, at least. I only have one Toy Story pop from the original Disney lineup, which was actually my very first pop I ever got. The Series 1 Buzz Lightyear. So, but yeah, that's why, I own this pop. It's got a lot of hype. Well, actually, not so much hype, but it's Toy Story, so obviously it's going to have some hype. The detail is awesome. My personal reaction through the roof. So, number 3 for sure. We're getting really close now. Top 2. I'm curious what the top 2 is for you. So.
What the top? Oh, like my next 2?
Yes, because
Okay.
we're now at number 2. So
Yes,
now we're getting close to that number 1 spot.
My number 2 is another groundbreaking pop. Not so much in the sense of it changed the game or did anything crazy, but it's just something different that we're not really seeing a lot of recently, and it's also part of a brand new set. The pop I'm talking about is the Target exclusive George Washington crossing the Delaware.
Oh.
It's so cool. I actually really love this pop. My only gripe about it is that it's a Target exclusive, which makes the price jump up a bit, and it'll be harder for me to get. Maybe I'll take a trip to the States when this pop comes out to try and snag all of the ones that are in this set. But this one itself is really cool. You got the boat with the water base, with 3 pops in one, which is super cool, and they're all in different poses. It's an amazing pop, and that's why it made number 2.
My number 2, and obviously, unfortunately, I can't go into so much detail on why, but my number 2 is the Marvel Collector's Corp exclusive Captain America with the shield and Thor's hammer, which basically, since it was announced yesterday, it made my top 10 yesterday. So basically, I knocked a pop off that list.
Yeah.
So it's just, I basically described it earlier. It's an iconic movie moment that basically every single person that watched the movie like popped huge for, and it's basically like the whole fan base wanted that specific moment of a movie for like the Avengers Endgame lineup, and that's why it jumped so high to number 2. The detail's pretty good, and the hype is absolutely through the roof. Personal reaction, not so through the roof, but good enough to make it on my list. So yeah, basically overall hype is why it's so high up on the list.
Okay.
So now, number 1. I'm curious. Number 1.
So, this pop kind of surprisingly made my number 1. You guys want to know why it made my list? Because it's groundbreaking.
It's that groundbreaking word.
Yeah, this one should be titled Groundbreaking. This pop, it's hard to tell exactly what it looks like from the photo that we got from it, if that gives you a hint of who it possibly is. But what we do see with this pop looks really good, and it also starts up a new lineup of pops that I've been wanting for a while now. So my number 1 for this month is the Philadelphia Flyers Gritty NHL mascot pop. This pop is really cool. Like I said though, the picture's kind of weird. You can kind of tell that the camera quality, like the colors on it, weren't set properly, because like even if you look at the pop logo, like it's a little lighter than it should be, and like you can tell that it's not like colored perfectly, even though it does say it's a prototype. I think this pop's gonna look amazing. The Gritty character in himself is a hilarious character, and it looks just like it. Like he's even kind of like fat, like in his body, and I can't wait for NHL mascot pops. I will probably collect all of them.
Alright, my number 1, which obviously, it's Gritty. No, I'm just kidding, it's not Gritty. No, seriously, it's not Gritty.
It's giving me a hard
I wanted to just see, wow, it's also Gritty? No, it's not Gritty, but actually my pop, number 1, didn't even make your list at all. Because of the amount of hype there was for this pop, and how much they made it better than the original one. My number 1 is the Alien pop from the Toy Story 4 lineup.
I should have known, actually. You told me how much you liked that pop.
It's,
because of how
oh my
good it
god.
looks.
Like, you think that they made Jessie so much better. They made the Alien one so much better. Even when it was rumored, there was so much hype over this. Like, more hype than any pop I've ever seen this year. And except maybe the Woody with Pop Rides, because that's been hyped for like 3 years prior to that.
Yeah.
But, like, the Alien pop is just like, wow. It's a great marketing scheme also, because a bunch of fans are going to buy more than one Alien pop so they can have their own little Alien army.
Yep.
It's such a money grab. It's such... the surprise, obviously the surprise element of a new Alien Pop is just through the roof for fans. My personal reaction, I wanted one because the original one is so expensive. The detail of it, way better than the original one. It's just so good. Like, I'm just speechless. It's such a good pop. Funko's going to make so much money just on this pop because, like I said, people are going to make their own alien army with a bunch of these alien pops. They're even doing that with, like, the mystery minis. People are buying the alien mystery minis to make their own little army. It's just so much money being made by Funko with just this character. Yeah, that ends our top 10. That was an interesting top 10. Did not expect Gritty at all. I think I should have expected to be on your list, but didn't think it was going to be number one. I can't even think of who I would have thought would have been your number one. But now, obviously, actually, I'll add some cool little iMovie music at this moment right now. Because before we exit out of this podcast, kind of off the top of our heads, so next weekend, MD Shady and I will be at Niagara Falls Comic Con. I will be there all 3 days. I forget when you said you were going to be there.
See, here's the thing. I thought I booked off Sunday because I wanted to go on Sunday because that's usually just the day that I go to Comic-Cons is the last day. But I looked at my work schedule and apparently I booked off the Friday. So, which isn't bad because Friday is the busiest day at my work. So it's nice to have a Friday off. It's actually my third Friday off in a row because I'm off today and it's Friday.
Yes.
So yeah, I'll be going Friday, which is just weird.
That's
for
right.
me.
Both co-hosts will be there the first day. We're finally gonna. Well, you've kind of met him before, but I'm finally gonna meet Top Pops.
I've met Top Pops.
Yeah, but anyways, so I'll get to meet Top Pops for the first time. We'll see Top Pops booth number 604, as listed on the NFCC website. So, not only that, before we get off, just off the top of your head, kind of a roughly 5 different Funko, or not different, but I guess including sets, Funko Pop items that you're going to be looking for while shopping at NFCC.
So, okay, I like this. There was one, I can't remember it, but I was looking at a picture of a Pop the other day, and I was like, wow, I need to get this at Comic-Con. And I don't remember what it is. Let me go check the Funko app real quick, because I feel like it was on there that I seen it.
Okay, well, I'll basically list mine that while you're looking for your stuff. So, number 1, definitely, I want to finish my Toy Story set. Because I got the remaining exclusives for the Toy Story 4 set, so that's the Flocked Bunny and Ducky. I need the Gabby Gabby with Forky, that's exclusive to Walmart. I also need to find now, and it's going to cost me a little bit of an arm and a leg, but the Flocked Bullseye, plus I need the black and white Woody that I'm still looking for. That was a box lunch exclusive. And then I have all the Toy Story Pops that are in basically the whole set under the Toy Story banner. The next thing, I'd like to find some Breaking Bad Pops, because I've been looking for those for quite a bit now. I kind of want to get the whole common set. Obviously, I can't get the actual whole set, because there's like a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive that's like worth like $400 or something, and it's Jesse Pinkman getting beaten up, and it's all like bruised and stuff. The next one, I would like to find some Star Wars Sith Lords. So like,
cool.
I would like to get the hooded Darth Maul from Star Wars Celebration. I want to get that Count Dooku possibly. And hell, if somehow there is the Battle on Mustafar Pop movie moments, might pick it up if it's the right price. And there was one more I couldn't think of that, yes, you were just showing me. General Grievous is one, possibly. And there's something else again. Oh, one that was actually exclusive to Walmart, but I can never find at Comic-Cons, is Pop Rides. And it's, or actually, I don't know if they consider it a Pop Rides. It's Darth Vader and the TIE Fighter. That was a pop that's very hard.
Because that's an old Pop.
It's hard to find. I can't find it anywhere. But that's basically the top 3 I can think of off the top of my head. And then maybe practically the rest would be just finding Pops for people's birthdays and Christmas gifts and stuff that I can't think of off the top of my head, or don't want to save for spoilers. Mm-hmm.
So the things that I'm looking for at Comic-Con is, number 1, these aren't in any order of how much I want to get one or the other, but I definitely do want to get these. I need Pikachu and I need Bulbasaur.
Yeah.
Those two, I'll probably spend $55 to $60 for both of them.
Yeah.
Like together.
Expect at least 30 for Bulbasaur.
Yeah. And Pikachu is probably 40 maybe, depending on Like, it could fluctuate between 20 and 40.
If you can find it for 30, that's like basically a deal.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah. Another thing that I want to find, which I'm not sure if it's even released yet, is the HR Puffin Stuff Pop Pez.
I can't even think of exactly what it looks like.
Because
I don't collect Pop Pez, so...
Yeah, it's this one here. The reason why I want to get these is I would like to get two. I want to keep one for myself, and I want to get one for my dad. It's an older show. He loves this show. So that's why I want to try and find that. I'm not sure if they're out yet, though. Another thing is probably some Stranger Things exclusives that I don't have, which is... There's not very many, so it'll be kind of
If somehow you can find that Baskin-Robbins Steve.
That would be cool. Maybe we should go to Baskin-Robbins before Comic-Con, though, and see if they have it there. What was I going to say? Okay, Overwatch Pops. I have a few of those that I still need to pick up. The new set I need to grab. So I may or may not pick them up there because we do have them at our local EB Games. Other stuff that I'm looking for right now. Add icons. There's definitely a few ad icons that I would still like to add to my collection. And one thing that I'm pretty sure I'm going to be doing is buying a Grail Pop. I'm buying a pop next weekend that is at least $150.
Alright. Yeah, maybe I'll finally find a CM Punk, who knows?
That would be wicked.
Yeah, I'll be all over that. Well, maybe. I don't know.
You know what I was thinking about the other day is I was looking at the Funko app, and I was looking at the... I don't know what it's an exclusive to, Fanatic of the Week or something, possibly. The Buzz Lightyear Freddy Funko Pop.
Oh, jeez.
It's like $2,300 or something like that. I was like, wow, if I had the money to buy this for Dylan, that would be sick.
Yeah, that'd be nuts.
Yeah.
And then I think added to my list, I should have thought, I forgot about these. I'm hoping if somehow they can sell for a cheap price, I would like to get a full case of both the Target and Michael's Toy Story 4 mystery minis. I feel like it'd be way better for me to buy the full cases instead of paying basically $20, $30 for each exclusive. Because it's like adding all of them up, it's basically buying a full case.
Yeah.
So it's like, might as well get the full case, and even the ones I already have, which basically have all the commons except that Rex, is I could just sell them, make my money back.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's all we got for this podcast. Tune in next month, which, unsure whether it's a two-parter or not. It all depends on when these certain announcements land, which next month we'll be getting the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive announcements. They always hit up in June, so...
And it's usually quite a bit of Pops, too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite a bit of Pops.
Yeah.
So it's usually, if you remember those commercials, like, it's the most wonderful time of the year. It's literally like that for all Funko fans. It's usually either New York Toy Fair or San Diego Comic-Con. That's usually the best times for the Pops. Follow us on Instagram at a Funko Popcast. You'll see the updates from us there. So, but that's all we got. So, thanks for listening. Tune into the next podcast. So, peace out.
Peace in, peace out.